Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Coding. In this episode, we're gonna go back and try use the Sverchok Voronoi once again, but we're gonna use it in kind of together with the Blender Particles. So yeah, let's get started. We start with the basic cube here, and I'm gonna create some particles right away. And by default, it's like 1000 particles emitted between 1 to 200 frames. Lifetime for each particle 50. Let's make it like 20 particles only, all being spawned at frame 1. And then you can emit it from faces. No, but we want to be on the volume. That works better for our Voronoi thing. Let's turn off random. This volume should update itself. The point shouldn't be on the surface somehow. It is still on the surface. Let's turn off the normal here. Okay, now it's reset itself. And we don't want to have physics. So now we have points inside the volume of this box. So now we are good. Make sure this is also like set to high number. We want the particles to live forever basically. So let's save this. This is SV particle Voronoi. Voronoi is like super useful for many reasons. You can actually perhaps like make a books about Voronoi, kind of Voronoi fracture for everything, for all a lot of 3D stuff. Maybe it's overused as well in design. Okay, get selections, get this cube, and by default, if you plug this in, it's gonna be the cube itself. But we want to use the Voronoi thing. It's inside the scripted node light. So this guy goes Voronoi 3D. Now this can become a node. You can plug in the objects. Oops. Okay, vertices go to vertices, polygon to polygon, and we need to have the vertices in. This is for the Voronoi. So for the Voronoi, we can get the particles MK2. This object goes in there. Out location goes in here, and we should be good and get a result. There you go. We can move the original cube, and you can see the result. So for every points here inside the cube, we're gonna get this generated Voronoi. That's the basic gist of it. So if we turn make string to 1, we have like this perfect looking Voronoi kind of design. And the nice thing about this, of course, this is live, and you can always randomize the seed, and it should update. So I just run out I run this time, and then I randomize the seed and get the one that I like. Oh, actually, by the way, since I moved this object, so seems like the points also has moved. This is something to keep in mind. The particle actually moved with it, so maybe I'll reset this to 0, 0, 0. Now it should be more correct. Maybe just hide the particles or something. Make it not visible. So this is the original cube with particles. I hide it, but still should work with the seed. Okay, so I can shrink it. And with the particles, we can also make it a so instead of even distribution, you can also turn it to random or grid. Grid is particularly interesting because if I switch it to grid, now we have kind of subdivision that's more like squarish. So this is very strange. Okay, this is actually pretty heavy for my computer. Okay, cool. Maybe it's too many particles. Or the resolution. I should have reduced the resolutions. I think this is too heavy. Let me escape. Hit escape. Okay, now I stopped it. Cool. Now I reduce this resolution to 3. Okay, now you see, this is actually a very interesting kind of result. Let's say you have like this cube, and then we know that's because of the particles being generated by these guys arranged in the grid kind of fashion, like so. So now we can actually quickly randomize input vertices of these particles, just the particles position, just randomize it slightly, and what we gotta end up with something looking like this. I bake it. So there you go. Slightly more arranged Voronoi, and this is can be useful as well. So you don't want the Voronoi to be too crazy, maybe. So this is something you should try yourself. This is like as basic as I could explain. So yeah, I think the particle point scatter is always very useful, and Sverchok doesn't have like a point scatter, volume scatter inside a 3D object yet. I'm not sure. I think the other day it was still on the work. Maybe it's already inside here. I have to check. Empties out. Random verts on polygons. Random verts on polygon. That might be it. So radius normal coordinates. Yeah, maybe. But I have to check scatter. No, points. Points inside mesh. Okay. Object ID points on mesh. There's a lot of new nodes. Yeah, I think point inside mesh is something that we can use at some point. So for now, it's a scattering using particles, and this is really cool. I really like this a lot. For like I said, Voronoi fracture or cell fracture is being used everywhere, and then so to be able to do this on the fly is very beneficial. So yeah, give this a try. I'll give you the file for you to try. But anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.